Oh, hey!
Looking for some swag?
Here at My Custom Swag, we will imprint, embroider, or laser engrave your name or message on practically anything you want. Water bottles, t-shirts, jackets, caps, banners, business cards. We'll even wrap your company vehicle in vinyl. Best of all, we won't break the bank. There's no minimum order required on most items. My Custom Swag is a proud American family-owned and operated business. So let's get creative. Express yourself and call My Custom Swag or visit mycustomswag.com today.
Riddell has been at the forefront of innovation in football equipment. By combining the latest manufacturing methods, cutting-edge technology, and data, we're creating next-generation protection for players. When we introduced SpeedFlex, a shell that flexes to reduce impact forces to the player, we didn't just change the game of helmet design, we created an icon. And that wasn't all. We also introduced our pioneering Insight Smart Helmet technology, collecting impact data that shapes the way we think about head protection. After this step forward, we developed Precision Fit, a process that uses 3D scanning to build a truly customized interior. And now, our Diamond technology reimagines the DNA of the helmet. The new 3D printed lattice liner system uses our latest data to allow impact absorption to be custom tuned. It's this same data that's driving our development of even more customized protection, position-specific helmets. And we won't stop there. We're leading the way to a future where helmets are designed for an individual athlete's playing style, creating a new generation of helmets that are as unique as the players who wear them. Our engineers are designing the future of the game today.
Game On mouthguards. Game On mouthguards have superior shock absorbency, are impervious to viruses and bacteria, and also is the only mouthpiece ever to earn the American Dental Association's seal of acceptance.
We understand an upside-down world, but they're writing us off before we get to the starting line. A stalled generation? Who do you think is gonna fix all this? We will, because our future is the future. The next greatest generation.
All right, welcome everybody in for some ECFL action from North Smithfield, Rhode Island. Home opener for the Southern New England Admirals, playing against the Western Mass Raiders here from North Smithfield High School. Tim Duffy and Matt Lombardi on the call today. And the defending champions, the Admirals, playing their first home game of the year. Got a good packed barn today from NSHS. This captain's coming out on the field. The Admirals winning their first game 40-0 last week against the Marlboro Shamrocks in a championship rematch. Trying to start the season 2-0. All comes down to this. In their second game of the year, one of two ECFL matchups we have tonight here on Fans Only Sports Network. Check out the other one on our streaming platforms on our website or YouTube channel. But this, the game of the night. Defending champs trying to keep this offensive juggernaut going here at their new home in North Smithfield.
We got a beautiful night for a game here, Tim.
Sure do. Great night for a game. Indeed. Great view for us. We're outside in the stands, and the Admirals are going to receive the ball first. We'll have a look at that offense come up in just a moment. I want to thank the ECFL, East Coast Football League, for getting us back for another season here on Fans Only Sports. Had a lot of Admirals games last year, including the championship against the Marlboro Shamrocks. Last ECFL game I've personally been a part of. But when the Admirals are in town, it's always a good show to watch. Let's see if the Raiders can play some spoiler today. So we have our national anthem. All right, back up the crowd, ready to go for this one. 15 minutes on the clock. We are ready to begin at this freshly renovated North Smithfield High School field. So, Admirals receiving the ball first. Back deep is Damon Bellin, along with George Smith. New receiver on this Admirals squad. Kicking off for the Raiders, Marcus Cadigan. Big frame, number 11, ready to boot this thing down the field. And start week 2 for each of these teams. Beautiful night for some football, like you said, Matt. Hopefully we get some beautiful play as well.
Absolutely. I'm expecting a pretty good game here. Haven't seen much of this ECFL action, but these teams look like they're ready to compete. Saw that number 5, that quarterback earlier. Not sure his name, but he was making some pretty good throws out here in warm-up. So
that number 5 is Jeff Costa. Led the league in touchdowns and yards last year, trying to keep it going strong here in 2023, and Cadigan's kick starts this thing off. And Bellin's going to track that one down inside the 10-yard line, taking it up the middle. Made a man miss as he's going to be spun down at about the 33. And it's going to be the Admirals offense coming down the field for the first time today. Led by Jeff Costa and company.
intrigued to see how the Admirals come out here, whether they're focused more on the pass or run.
Start off in the shotgun. Corey Moore next to Costa in the backfield. First down and 10. The throw, the quick screen. They love that play over to Dre Williams, who is going to get the first down and more across midfield, out of bounds at the 48-yard line for a big gain of about 19 on the play.
Good quick screen there.
Williams was shut down last week. Only had 2 catches for 16 yards. Already gets his total with that first play of the game. Empty set for Costa. Got 4 wide. That is 5 wide. Here he looks and throws it left side. It's caught. And getting a first down to the 34-yard line, Prince Johnson. And they just keep moving the chains.
They got a good tempo to their offense. That's 2 straight passes now. Picking up a good chunk of yards.
Absolutely is. And so again, that's a gain of 14 on the play. Here's a throw over the middle, first down, and a little bit more, getting to the 18-yard line. So back-to-back first downs for this offense since Damon Bellin with the reception. So 3 targets to 3 different receivers already.
Yeah, they're sharing the ball. They're moving it pretty well. Definitely threatening here on this opening drive.
Now from the 16. Costa looking towards the end zone. Steps up in the pocket, throws underneath to Johnson. He'll get the first down and more tiptoes the sideline and scores. $18-yard touchdown for Johnson, and got them some fireworks going on. It's the first score of the game. And he had a great start to the season with 2 touchdowns last week. It's the first of the game here.
Extra point here for the Admirals.
Extra point coming up. For George Lampros, who went 4 for 6 last week, gets one there. And it's a 7-0 game just 2 minutes into this one. Costa 4 for 4 on the drive. They only threw on the drive for 66 yards. And we saw Costa with 3 touchdown passes last week. He's just been a technician here in the East Coast Football League. And it's another opening drive touchdown for the Admirals. 13-0 since 2022. 14 actually.
Not a bad record, huh, Tim?
Not bad at all. And showing why I believe the Raiders getting the ball for the first time today. That would be an early touchdown. And you saw the Admirals just pass on the drive. Made it look very easy with the way they were pushing the ball down the field. Just show us the type of offense they are and have been. Here's the kick. It's a boot from Lampros, returning from the 13-yard line, cutting up the middle of the field, and got wrecked at the 22. As it was Gary Bacote, who just got wrecked on the play. What a tackle by Issam.
Great hit there on the kickoff.
Excellent hit on the kickoff. So 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Oh man, you said before the game, Matt, you said I feel like someone's gonna get blown up
I did.
in this
There it was,
matchup.
right there.
All the big dudes we're seeing on the field, but there it is early on in this matchup. 1st and 10. Starting off from the pistol are the Raiders, led out Joseph Colon, the quarterback today. Colon, low snap. Under pressure. He's going to throw on the move. This one towards the sideline, incomplete. Looking for Kawan Smith. And it's going to be second down.
Looking for the Raiders to really establish a drive here, especially after that opening drive there from the Admirals. I mean, they just walked right down the field. Raiders definitely going to try and use the possession game to their advantage.
This is the first second down we've seen all game. We saw the Admirals go first down on 4 straight plays their first drive. Here's the handoff up the middle. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Dominic Whitley for about 2 on the play. A short gain makes it third down. And 8. Same formation, almost got with the jump there. Here's the rush. Galone under pressure and stays on his feet. Got out of the sack and now just throws it into the dirt in Whitley's area as Flory Cabullo just racing in, disrupt the quarterback. Couldn't bring him down, but it'll be 4th down and long for the Raiders.
Good play evading the sack, but all in all, just leads to a 4th down. They're going to end up punting this ball right back to the Admirals. Raiders defense is going to need I wouldn't say a big stop this early in the game, but going to try and need to get something going. I mean, 4 straight first downs and a touchdown on the opening drive is not ideal.
Not ideal at all. So 3 and out for the Raiders following the Admirals touchdown, and Cadigan's going to punt for the first time today. Clock running after incomplete passes here in the ECFL. Here's the rush on the punt, almost blocked it. And it's going to take a Raider bounce. Williams going to catch up to it at the 30 and is going to get dropped at the 20. So that is a big difference in field position there with the drop, with the punt. Rolling backwards about 20 yards. That's one of the best bounces you're going to see from a punt.
That's a great punt. Completely flips field positioning here for the Admirals. Makes things a little bit more hard, but as we saw from last drive, I mean, field positioning doesn't seem to be much of a problem for them.
Sure doesn't, and they might like it again, being able to get more yards on the stat sheet as they're going to start at the 25-yard line with just almost 5 minutes into this first quarter. And in motion is Johnson. Costa hands it off for the first time today, right up the middle. Here's a big run. That's going to get a whole lot of room across the 40. Cuts inside, making men miss. It's Nathaniel Issam inside the 20. Issam is going to get in for the touchdown, 75 yards.
What a fantastic run there, Tim. Showed a little bit of it all.
Had a convoy, too, with some blockers. And it's a 2-touchdown lead that quickly for the Admirals on the 5th offensive play of the game. Already 13 points on the board. And this was just 19 rushing yards last week. Comes in with a huge play early on in this game on the ground, and this Raiders defense is getting the top taken off them right now. Here's the extra point, and it's good by Lampros. So 14-0 the score. As the Admirals just put on a show right now here in their home opener.
Another really quick touchdown there. Got to look for the Raiders to respond in some type of way. Try and hang some type of points on the board, but
Admirals waiting to kick off for the second time already. Raiders offense, I mean, it's kind of early to say it's a must-have drive right here, but down 14 against an offense like this, I think all of these possessions are very vital coming on the road into this atmosphere. Here's the kick. Returning it from the 10-yard line. Again, another big boot. Here's Bakoti down the sideline, and he'll get to the 33, 34-yard line. That is where the Raiders will start drive number 2.
Really looking for the Raiders to try and establish themselves here on offense. Defense was getting picked apart.
Sure need to. This hole looking to grow even bigger with the way the Admirals have been playing. If the Raiders do not respond here, 1st down and 10 for Western Mass. Cologne dropping back. Here's the rush again, and this time he'll bring him down. It's Cabulo with the takedown. And a big loss on the play.
Exploded off the line there for that sack.
Brought down at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 14 on the play.
That is quite the loss there on 2nd down.
2nd down and 24. Cologne. Here's Cabulo again, coming on the pressure, and this time he gets him again. Sacked inside the 10. And this rush from Cabulo is just going absurd right now. Back-to-back takedowns. And the Raiders moving backwards even more.
I mean, talk about being a game wrecker.
Mark it at the 11-yard line. Makes it 3rd and 34. 3rd and a million. This Raiders offense trying to get out of negative yards. Miscommunication on the handoff. They give it right up the middle. And Whitley will get back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th and a mile.
It's a really conservative play call there from the Raiders coaching staff.
Very conservative play call, but when your pass rush has been holding up like that, what else you going to do? 4th and 32 now. This guy had a really nice punt last time. They had about 50 yards on the kick. Here's his second punt. Off and away. It's a boot. Returned by Bellin at the 45. And we'll get down the sideline. Bellin with some blockers. Going to cut inside the 10. Bellin's going to take it to the end zone. A 55-yard punt return to the end zone for Damon Bellin. And this Admiral attack is looking unstoppable here in this first quarter.
It's like I blinked and the score was already 20-0.
They're going to go for the extra point to make it 21-0, but 5 offensive plays for the Admirals, 3 touchdowns. And big jump by Bakoti on the extra point. They're going to decline the penalty and just kick it from the same distance. 20-yard kick is flawless. And it's a 21-0 lead for the Admirals. Not even halfway through this first quarter. All right, 3-touchdown game, man. It's been all Admirals here in this one. I mean, the Raiders
Absolutely.
with, negative 24 yards of offense here in this first quarter. On the contrary, the Admirals just can't even buy a negative play at this point. It's just been getting them over and over again, attacking them in all their weak spots.
Yeah, a little under 5 minutes in here. Admirals already have walked into the end zone 3 times. Not the best showing from the Raiders defense, but obviously look for them here to pick it up as things start going along. Players start getting warmed up. But, yeah, 21-0, 5 minutes in. Not the best look.
Here's the squib kick this time. It's going to take a nice bounce and be picked up at the 16-yard line by Cote, and he gets to the 31 as he's spun out of bounds. Fresh set of downs for the Raiders. Trying to get this offense clicking as approaching the midpoint of this opening quarter here on Fans Only Sports Network. Some ECFL football. No better way to do it in June. I mean, who doesn't love some summer ball?
How could you not?
Get out here, watch a good game. I mean, beautiful weather out. No wind tonight, really. I mean, enough to blow some of my notes away, but that's about it. It's from the 35 is where they'll start. Cologne from the pistol. Here is the handoff, and it is a loss of 4 on the play. Swallowed up. O'Shane Obizi. Nothing there. Second down. Couple of Admirals swarming across the line of scrimmage to get that takedown.
Another negative play there for the Raiders. They really got to start going the other way.
Yeah, brings their total down to negative 25 yards on the game. Here is second and long. Cologne looking left under pressure again, and this time gets to have 1 sack, has to get rid of it, and he'll step out of bounds at the 24. And applying the heat there for the Admirals was Kamani Rowland. Had a sack last week, and a loss of 6 more on the play, Matt.
Another loss of yardage. Pretty sure that qualifies for a sack as well.
I think it does.
Getting the quarterback to run out of bounds there.
It's rolling with the sack. Here's third and long. Looking to his left. Cologne's going to launch. This one is to no one. Incomplete at the middle of the field. It's going to be 4th and long. Again. This clock will continue to wind down.
Admiral's going to be on the punt return here. I think we see another one.
It's a good question, man. It's not far-fetched to say maybe.
We got a drone flying above the field as well.
I remember there were some drones last year, and it was very frowned upon. So whoever's drone that is, I recommend that you put it away before you are verbally embarrassed in the PA speaker. Actually, there's no main out cable here at North Smithfield High School in their new press box. So there is no PA speaker. That one is going to be followed by Cadigan and fall on top of the 19, and it'll be a free red zone trip for the Admirals. 6 more yards lost there. And geez, this thing is just getting ugly. So it's a fresh set of downs. And I think they're actually going to whistle it back. No.
Quite confused on what's going
I'm
on here.
confused.
Well.
I think they're going to repunt.
Doesn't look like the Admirals punt return team left the field.
Yeah, I think they're going to say there was a pre-snap penalty before the play. So there's 4th and long again. Hagen gets this one away. It's a boot down the field. So no red zone possession for the Admirals unless Trey Williams can do something here with it. He's down the sideline. Williams across midfield. Cuts to the outside. Dre Williams to the 35-30. Williams inside the 20. There's the red zone trip. Doesn't matter. It's another touchdown for the Admirals.
I don't think it was far-fetched.
70 yards. And to answer your own question, Matt, yes, they did do it again. 27 donut, the first quarter scoreboard reads. And the Admirals is toying with the Raiders right now. Just playing with them. Playing mind games on that 4th and long punt.
7.5 minutes in. Can't ask for a much better start than that from the Admirals.
Lamprost's extra point attempt is up and good. 28-0 the score. And this thing just getting out of reach early from the expecting champs. I mean, you kind of expected it to be a good Admiral showcase, but 28-0 in the first quarter. This is one of the best showcases of the season, from that dating back to last year for him. A team that went undefeated last year in regular and postseason play. Through 5 quarters, the Admirals outscoring teams 68-0 this season. And crazy that their first game was against the team that they lost to in the championship last year, or that they beat in the championship last year, excuse me, on their field. I mean,
how about that for a point
this
differential?
is a special team, yes. Get a good glimpse of it right now as they're going to kick off for the 4th time of the first quarter. Lampros boots that one down the field from the 6-yard line and puts a shoulder down and takes a shot. Oh man, end over end. What a hit from Williams on the kick return. So he just flipped Whitley upside down. 4 minutes on the clock. Raiders coming on the field for the 3rd time. 4th time, actually. It's tough to keep up with all these punts. And they'll start at the 29-yard line for a 1st and 10. Cologne's going to drop back. Steps up in the pocket. Nowhere to go. He's going to go to his left. Working for the sideline and wrapped up for the sack by C.K. Miles, who had 3 tackles for losses last week. Gets one there, as it's the 4th Admiral sack of the game. More negative yardage for the Raiders. Second down and 12, they're going to say. Call it a loss of 2. Cologne Rolls out to his right. Just has to escape this pocket, even have a chance. And he is going to run towards the marker, close to the first down. And he got there for the first down of the game for the Raiders. Gain of 13. And at last, we have a gain of more than 2 yards for Western Mass.
He's quite the athlete, that number 5. Look for the Admirals to try and keep that pocket nice and contained. Looks like once this guy gets his feet moving, he's really tough to bring down.
Showcase of it right there. 1st and 10. Cologne throws it right side. Passes high and picked off. Intercepted. And he'll walk into the end zone for the touchdown. A pick 6 for the Admirals. And it's Randy Butler with his first pick of the season. Take it to the house for the touchdown. 34-0.
It's a really nice play. Anticipated that route all the way, jumped it, brought it right to the house for 6. It's going to give the Admirals another touchdown. Looking at a 34-0 lead. Pending this extra point, it'll be 35.
Nothing. It'll be 35 if Ambrose can get this kick. And the onslaught continues. A lot of fantasy points for this defense, I'll tell you that. Admirals' defensive and special team stats: 2 punt return touchdowns, a pick 6, and 4 sacks on the game. This Admiral offense hasn't even seen the field. I mean, they haven't had to. It's a 35-0 game. You gotta ask. I mean, Matt, we had this scenario a couple times last week in our 6-game header.
Yeah.
When's this clock just going to running clock?
I don't know, but
This is just not fair right now.
it's not looking good for the Raiders here. Admirals just coming out, completely dominating the day. All sides of the ball. I mean, offense, special teams, and defense. You can't ask for much more than that as a coaching staff.
Here's the kickoff. Line drive booter. It's going to roll its way. After 2, he's going to field it. I don't know why he did that. The way it's been going for him. But gets to the 18-yard line. Paris McDougal making a solid return out of it. Making it a 1st and 10 as we are under 2 minutes to go and winding down in this first quarter. And timeout is going to be called by the Raiders with 1:54 to go here in this first quarter. We'll take a timeout ourselves here on Fans Only Sports Network as the Admirals lead at 35-0 here in this one. A minute and 54 seconds to go in this first quarter. I accidentally reset the clock, so I'm just going to wait until second quarter because it's still a lot of fixing to do. Empty set for Cologne on first down, under pressure, going to get chased, going to get sacked, lost the ball, rolling got there, picked up, and big boy touchdown. A scoop and score for Luis Ramos.
And the Admirals just cannot stay out of the end zone right now. It's just one after the other, piling it on here, the Raiders, in this first quarter.
Oh, don't you just love a big man score as Ramos picked it up and strutted home for the touchdown. 41-0. And if you thought it was ugly, it just got a whole lot uglier right there. The sack from Kamani Rowland. And they've already scored more points this game than they did last week. 55 seconds to go in the first quarter. Extra point is good. It's 42-0. This is just unbelievable what we've seen today.
Yep, and we are only, 12 minutes in?
15-minute quarters. We're about 14 minutes
14.
in, but by the way, guys, like I said, there are 49 seconds to go in this first quarter. Clock was reset inadvertently, but nothing inadvertent about the punishment that the Admirals have laid on the Raiders today in their home opener. I mean, this has just been a spanking, a throttling, whatever other adjectives you want to use to describe this one. It's been anything but a close game, as the Admirals is finding different ways to score. I mean, it's two offensive touchdowns, 2 punt return touchdowns, now back-to-back defensive scores, as this team is just so good on all 3 levels of the game. Ambrose going to kick this one off again. I mean, he's had a busy day. This one's just a little squib kick from the 20-yard line. Spicoti down the sideline. He has a good return to the 49-yard line, so it'll be the first time that the Raiders have been in Admiral territory today. It'll be a first down as this second quarter about to begin. First quarter about to come to an end. This clock's winding down with 30 seconds and change to go. And they're just going to wait till the end of the quarter to snap this ball. As the clock reads 10. Unless they want to get one off, Cologne is just going to wait it out. And that ends the first quarter. 42-0 the score. When we come back, it'll be quarter number 2 here on Fans Only Sports Network. You don't want to miss it. Let's see if the Raiders can make this a little bit more respectable here from North Smithfield High School. All right, back here, 1st and 10. First time in Admiral territory for the Raiders. Cologne's going to run it right on the option. He's going to option it out now. And Whitley will get about 4 on the carry, about 6 actually, on the gain. On the option, and it'll be second down and about 3. So he picks up, second down 4, picks up 6. And then the ball is at the 44-yard line. Cologne. Here's the chase. He's rushed out to his right. He'll cut inside. Nice move to get away and gets the first down as he's wrestled out of bounds. Good sport about it as Dunstan Payne was the one getting him out. He gained a 5 and a first down. Fresh set as Cologne, the Raiders' leading rusher, with 13 yards.
Pretty close to a horse collar tackle there. Would have added another 15 on to the play, but
Very close.
good job to stay disciplined. Saw him out of bounds. No point in taking him down.
Thought Cologne was going to take some exception to that hit, but patted Payne on the helmet and everything was sound. They'll be at the 39-yard line, and timeout will be called by the Admirals. They heard a lot of commotion on their sideline just a moment ago, and they'll take their first timeout of the half. 42-0 the score. We'll be right back here on Phantom Sports Network as the Raiders are marching it down the field.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training.
It's the arm of the slicer, it's the thrill of the slice, freshly sliced before your eyes, unlike our rivals. And then every last arriver gets a sub that excites, and it's all thanks to the well-trained arm of the slicer.
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
All right, first down. Following the timeout. With Cologne in the shotgun. He has been all game. It's a slow snap. Fast rush coming in. Another sack. Dunstan Payne got there for the takedown. 5th sack of the half. 6th sack of the half for this Admirals defense. So the Admirals defense have 3 sacks last week. They've already doubled that here in the first half today. There's been nowhere to run all evening for Cologne. The Raiders' offensive line just can't hang in there. This ferocious front seven from southern New England. Steps up, Cologne, going to his left. He's going to take off. Wants a blocker, gets one. And a flag is going to fly for that. Cologne able to pick up about 5 on the play. It's going to be a blindside block, I believe, against Western Mass. And it is. Pushing back even more.
It's not a smart penalty there from the Raiders just when they're about moving the ball for the first time in this game. And it gets set back another 15 yards.
That's a big play. Big loss as James Davis unhappy with the penalty called against him. And a third down in what would have been about 3rd and 5 now becomes a 2nd down and 21. 15-yard penalty. The Raiders just have done nothing today but go backwards. Second down and a mile. Cologne rolls out to his right. Here's the rush, and he got brought down again. Another loss of about 13. Another big sack. And Carlos Young that time. He's been on the action on a couple of these takedowns today. Gets one there. For the loss of 14, it's going to be 3rd down and 35, Matt. How about that? So we saw a 3rd and 34 earlier.
Nope.
A little bit longer this time.
Not the most ideal 3rd down yardage situation you want to see, especially when you're down 42 zip. But as I said earlier, that penalty was pretty costly right when the Raiders were really starting to establish themselves here on offense. They are having a little bit of success with that quarterback run, whether it be option or just plain old scrambling.
It's Clone using his legs. He kind of has to when the pocket's collapsing, as it has all game today. Here's a throw over the middle. It's intercepted at the 44-yard line. And they're going to say it was held on to. 3rd straight takeaway. That time Chris Gomes with the pick. Let's see if they say it hit the ground. I don't think it did. It'll be a 1st down for the Admirals. Unless
I believe they are saying incomplete here.
yeah, they're going to say incomplete pass. Yeah, incomplete, hit the ground. And I thought that was a clean catch from Gomes, to be honest with you. Let's get the 1st down. It's 4th and 35 instead. And let's see if we'll have our 3rd straight punt return touchdown for the Admirals. Cadigan's punt. Line drive is going to bounce out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. That is where this offense is going to get to work. As this clock has pretty much just ran the entire quarter. It's already about 8:55 to go in this first half. As, alas, the Admirals offense coming back out on the field. That was one of the quickest, most unproductive 6-minute drives I've ever seen in my life. In the grand scheme of things, I couldn't tell you how that was a 6-minute drive, but timeout called by the Raiders. It's their 2nd timeout with 8:55 to go here in this first half. Still a 42-0 game. Admirals offense trying to get on the move as they touch the ball for the first time in about 11 minutes of game play. We'll be right back here on Fans Only Sports Network. Admirals and the Raiders. Southern New England going to start from the 36-yard line here on this drive. This has been a game where Costa's only thrown 4 passes, and they were all on the first drive. Made the 75-yard touchdown run earlier from Nate Issam.
I believe they're all completions too, right?
All
Tim?
completions. Here's a throw. Quick setup to the outside. George Smith, the new Admiral, breaks a tackle. Smith flipped at the 49-yard line. Picks up 14, but with a shot taken as well. 1st down.
That was a big hit there.
Smith, he used to play for the Marlboro Shamrocks, the team that lost to the Admirals in the championship last year. Pulling a little Kevin Durant coming over here to Southern New England. Costa 5 for 5. Smith, that's his first catch. 4 different receivers have caught balls. Here's Issam on 1st down, and he'll only pick up about 4 with some legs churning afterwards for a solid gain. Costa takes a shot downfield. He's got Smith open. He caught it, and he's going to get in for the touchdown. 48 yards for George Smith. Second touchdown pass for Costa.
What a great throw there from Costa.
And 48 yards. It's the 48th point. Coming in fitting fashion with just over 7 minutes to go in this first half. Smith just absolutely annihilated Kari Bacotti right there on the route. Beat him immediately, and Lampros coming out for his 7th extra point attempt here in this first half. And the kick is good. 49-0 the score. The Admirals just moving with ease right now. And it's been easy for him, to be quite honest with you.
Absolutely, just a dominant showing here from the Admirals. In the home opener, I believe you had said earlier, Tim, what a great way to show your fans what you're going to be about for the rest of the season.
Absolutely, and kind of knew what this team was about coming into this game, but 49 first half points. It's going to be tough to break this milestone any other point of the season. It's been a masterclass on all 3 cylinders, offense, defense, and special teams for the Admirals, and we're going to have all their games here at home on Fans Only Sports Network. Have some road games in there as well, for sure. As Fans Only Sports Network, proud to be the official broadcast partner of the East Coast Football League. Lampros will boot this one from the 35, just huddling up real quick. Like I said earlier, it can't be more true now. He's just been a busy man all game. Hopefully you have him on your ECFL fantasy team as the kicker. Already with 7 points, more than any other player on the Raiders team. Wish there was ECFL fantasy, but here's the kick. Returning from the 5-yard, that's a good kick. And Cologne will get across the 40. Cologne on the sideline. He's going to cut inside. Cologne, can he put the Raiders on the board? He's got Lampros to beat, and Cologne is going to beat him. A 95-yard kick return touchdown. And finally, the Raiders are on the board. The third return touchdown we've seen today. And for the first time all evening, Western Mass, welcome yourselves to the scoreboard. What a return. What good vision on the return, too, by Cologne.
Absolutely. He was tiptoeing down the sideline there around midfield. Found the little opening, picked up some blocks. Ended up turning it into 6. Gives the Raiders at least something to look at in terms of positivity and success in this game so far, but going to really need to start stringing things together.
It looks like they're going to go for 2 here on the PAT attempt. Getting the call from the sideline.
Are we seeing a change at quarterback here for the Raiders?
We'll change the quarterback here. Paris McDougald in at quarterback. With O'Shane Obeezy next to him in the backfield. McDougald, here is the rush, and that no chance. Not even a second as it is. Lamore Sam coming in there hard. And you hear them saying onside kick. Giving away their game plan out and about right there. As, you know, I'm sure we're going to see. We heard it from here, so maybe we picked it up on the mics. 49-6 though, the score. As the Admirals lead it by 43.
Looks like the clock is running here.
Clock is indeed running.
About 5:40 left in this first half. Admirals looking to put in one more touchdown, maybe.
I'm sure they are. Clock has the scoreboard has the Raiders with 92 points here. Trust me, it is only 6. Not our scoreboard though. We're on top of it.
Absolutely. Quality only here at FOSN.
But great spark by Joseph Colon for the Raiders, able to get this team on the board. A little bit of momentum too. He's been the bright spot for the Raiders today. Cadigan, here's the kick. Bellin going to return from the 15-yard line. Bellin gets to the outside, cuts back in, and he lost the ball. Admirals able to get on top of it, though. Good heads-up play by Cabulo to fall on top of it. And a rare miscue for Southern New England so far today. We'll still start at the 35-yard line. First and 10. Costa has Williams in motion. Takes the snap, throws to his right. This one is caught by Bellin. Get the first down and get to the 49-yard line. 48, gain of 13 again. They're loving that little outside curl route, and Bellin with his second catch. Costa still yet thrown in completion, 7 of 7. Just spreading that ball around. First down, Costa. Drop back. All of his completions have gone for first downs today, except for that one. Williams picks up 7 as he falls down at the 45. Able to reel in his second ball of the game. Second down. Oh, 4 actually. Even 5 they're going to say, actually. Only put the 43. Costa looking deep. He's going to go long down the middle of the field. This one is going to be caught. Dre Williams for the touchdown. A rifle from Costa.
What a great
goes
throw
for
from Costa.
47 yards.
Great throw right over the shoulder in stride. 47-yard bomb.
Trey Williams, his first touchdown of the season. 55 first half points for the Admirals. Costa 8 for 8, 3 touchdowns. Or actually 9 for 9. On the 2nd and 5 bomb.
I'd love to know his numbers here in the first half.
Gonna tally him up right now. I've been taking some notes. Got 192 yards in the first half, 3 touchdowns, no incompletions. It's got to be a perfect passer rating, you'd think. We are approaching 2 minutes to go in this first half. 55 in the first half for the Admirals. And you think about this, they can put up 100 on the board. They're on pace. Let's see if they want to keep at that pace, but Lampros, his extra point is good. We have 100 seconds to go in this first half. Admirals team, I mean, they've just been scoring in all ways, shapes, and form at will against this Raiders squad. Clock's still moving down with clock reading 50 seconds and counting down. It's not stopped, I guess, after touches. Now it stops at 51 seconds. Our clock yet has to catch up a little bit, but Lampros will kick it away here in the final moments of half number 1. It's most points scored in the ECFL this season, and it's been done in one half. Lampros kicks the one out of bounds. So it's the first penalty of the game against the Admirals, as the Raiders will start it with it at the 40. 51 seconds to go. That's where they actually put this. Referee saying at the 30-yard line, and they will move up to the 35 is where they'll start with the ball after the kick out of bounds. Here we go, first down. Clock back to moving. McDougald in the shotgun, so new quarterback. The Raiders, McDougald's going to step up in the pocket, and he'll get sacked for no gain on the play. Brought down by Ronnie DeBarros. And another sack for the Admirals. They're 9th of the first half. See if the Raiders want to run one more play. 9th sack by 5 different players.
Got 10 seconds left in this first half here. See if the Raiders get the snap off.
See if they want to. And they'll let it go. That's the end of the first half. 56-6, the halftime score. The Admirals running it up, making it look simple today. We'll be right back for half number 2 here on Fans Only Sports Network, with the Admirals nursing a 50-point lead at the break.
Oh, hey!
Looking for some swag? Here at My Custom Swag, we will imprint, embroider, or laser engrave your name or message on practically anything you want. Water bottles, t-shirts, jackets, caps, banners, business cards. We'll even wrap your company vehicle in vinyl. Best of all, we won't break the bank. There's no minimum order required on most items. My Custom Swag is a proud American family-owned and operated business. So let's get creative. Express yourself and call My Custom Swag or visit mycustomswag.com today.
Riddell has been at the forefront of innovation in football equipment. By combining the latest manufacturing methods, cutting-edge technology, and data, we're creating next-generation protection for players. When we introduced SpeedFlex, a shell that flexes to reduce impact forces to the player, we didn't just change the game of helmet design, we created an icon. And that wasn't all. We also introduced our pioneering Insight Smart Helmet technology, collecting impact data that shapes the way we think about head protection. After this step forward, we developed Precision Fit, a process that uses 3D scanning to build a truly customized interior. And now, our Diamond technology reimagines the DNA of the helmet. The new 3D printed lattice liner system uses our latest data to allow impact absorption to be custom tuned. It's this same data that's driving our development of even more customized protection, position-specific helmets. And we won't stop there. We're leading the way to a future where helmets are designed for an individual athlete's playing style, creating a new generation of helmets that are as unique as the players who wear them. Our engineers are designing the future of the game today.
Game On mouthguards. Game On mouthguards have superior shock absorbency, are impervious to viruses and bacteria, and also is the only mouthpiece ever to earn the American Dental Association's seal of acceptance.
We understand an upside-down world, but they're writing us off before we get to the starting line. A stalled generation? Who do you think is gonna fix all this? We will, because our future is the future. The next greatest generation is now.
All right, back here, 56-6. The score is the second half's about to begin. 50-point lead at the break for the Admirals. It's been an absolute showcase of dominance from Southern New England tonight, scoring on all three sides of the ball. And Matt, I mean, this has just been an absolute onslaught we've seen today from North Smithfield High School. One of the biggest blowouts maybe on this field's history. I went to school here, and I haven't seen anything like this.
Absolutely. Admirals just scoring at ease, however they want, whenever they want, really. I mean, I think they've got multiple touchdowns in all three phases of the game.
Yeah,
which
sure do.
If that doesn't speak about how dominant this team truly is, I don't know what will.
Not sure what will either, as it's just been an absolute amazing game for the Admirals.
Get the second half underway here. Raiders will get the ball first.
So the Raiders will get the ball first. It was a tumultuous first half for them. 3 turnovers and sacked 9 times was Cologne. This kick to the end zone. What a kick. Begin the second half. Here comes the Raiders offense, trailing by 50. It's Cologne yet to complete a pass here today. He's 0 for 6 with an interception.
I believe that one interception was a pick 6 as well.
Sure was a pick 6 by Randy Butler.
A little bit of a delay here to start the second half.
A little bit of a delay indeed. So waiting for that opening snap. We're just trying to figure everything out. I mean, this is, can't really say these are must-score drives anymore, you know, when you're trailing by this much, but they're still trying to get in the end zone.
I think they were waiting the chain crew.
Paris McDougald, the quarterback for the Raiders. Cologne no longer in the game. McDougald's going to take the snap. He's one of the smallest dudes on the field right now. Here's the handoff up the middle and a huge hit. Taking it for a loss of 1. Big stop.
Hit took his helmet off.
Kevin Card with the tackle, and Obese just, like you said, his helmet coming off there. For a loss of 1. 2 carries, -5 yards for Shane Obese.
Running back was shaken up there too. That was a big hit to start this second half.
Ferocious, and we've seen a couple of them today. That one very early on a kickoff.
Kind of set the tone for what we were going to see. That opening kickoff hit.
McDougald. Hopping back again. Under pressure, he's going to take off. It looks like. Throws on the move. This one's knocked down. Incomplete. And a flag hit on a defenseless receiver, I think, against the Admirals as Cologne is shaken up. Lining up at receiver this half. He is shaken up. Does not look to be good. It's Chris White was the one who knocked it down. Cologne on the ground. Take a little commercial break for the injury timeout here on Fans Only Sports Network.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this. Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Big, hand down. One hand. Up. I could eat. Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
It's back here after the break. It's 15-yard penalty. It's only 10-yard penalty. To the 35-yard line. The unnecessary roughness call. This personal foul gives the Raiders their first down of the half. Let's have a 3rd and 11. It's first down. McDougal. Here comes the rush, and he's going to be brought down again. 10th sack for the Admirals. And it's Young again with the takedown. He's been coming into the passer all game today. That one's a loss of 3. It'll be 2nd and long.
Absolutely, been hearing his name a lot. The defensive side of the ball looks like that end position there for the Admirals. Already notched a few sacks in this game.
Twelve and a half minutes and counting down to go in this 3rd quarter. You think some of the game plan for the Raiders, I mean, just let this clock melt down a little bit. It's just been no prisoners taken from the Admirals all game, and no pity at least at all. They're going to try to score on the offensive side of the ball. Still up to this point. Here's McDougal again on 2nd and long. Going to throw this one on the field. This one picked at the 44-yard line. Intercepted going back the other way with it. It's Chris Gomes. I'll take it back earlier. Gomes brought down at the 20. Another interception, a first down. Set up on the cusp of the red zone for the Admirals. That's the first pass that'll go in the books for McDougal. It's an interception. Make it first down and 10.
Got a late flag on this play. Looks like it's going to go against the Raiders.
Yeah, if another flag flies here. Oh. Too bad. My bad, dude. Texting my mic.
You're all good. Looks like the Raiders players had some choice words for the referees. It's going to move the ball up a few yards here for the Admirals. They look to add to this 50-point advantage.
Yeah, a little bit of lip puts at the 20-yard line. Ooh, a little bit more, actually. Excuse me. It's going to be a first down at the 10. 1st and goal. And believe it or not, this is the first goal to go of the game for the Admirals. Costa on 1st down and goal. Man in motion, he's going to hand it off right up the middle. It's Issam inside the 5, walks in for the touchdown. E.J. Issam with the score. And it's his 4th touchdown of the season. Only the 3rd running play of the game for the Admirals. They scored on 2 of them.
Only the first offensive play here from the Admirals. They're going to punch it in for this second half, I should say. I'll punch that one in, and pending this extra point, it will be a 57-point advantage here for the Admirals. Splits the uprights.
(63-6) the score. Clock continuing to wind down. Under 10 minutes to go. Raiders going to get the ball back. Looks like the Raiders are going to fall to 0-2 on the season. With that touchdown, the Admirals have surpassed 100 points scored already just not even 7 quarters into the season.
Yeah, that doesn't just happen on the offensive side of things. Everything's got to be working in tandem. Found a few points here from their defense. And then special teams, they've been having themselves a day all day.
Having a day is right.
Got a few touchdowns of their own.
They've scored 9 times today. Here is the kick from Lampros. Cologne from the 2-yard line. Took one back earlier for the touchdown. Cologne, not a similar story there. He actually breaks out of it for a sec, still on his feet, and he's brought down at the 18-yard line after that one. You ever been to a game where it's a 57-point lead, Matt?
I can't say I have.
Third quarter?
No, I cannot say I have.
Me neither, my friend. Crazy what we've seen today.
I've seen quite a fair share of football games, and I don't think I've ever seen a first half score of, what was it, 52-6?
56-6. Ah. Tough sled now here for the Raiders. They get the ball back. 8 minutes to go on the clock here in the third quarter. They have no completions on the game through the air.
That's a crazy statistic, especially this far in the game.
And only 17 rush yards. They've accumulated for negative yards today when you account for all the sacks they've taken. 10. McDougald, they're throwing the move, and that one's broken up, incomplete. They're still waiting for that first completion. Good pass break up by to Sean Lee. We are over halfway through this third quarter. McDougald dropping back, steps up, rolling to his right, gonna stand still and throw downfield for Cologne. He drops it, incomplete. It was low, but it was catchable, and it's gonna be third down.
It's a dangerous pass there. Almost broke one of the cardinal rules of football. Scrambling to one side and throwing across your body.
Sure did. Didn't look to be that bad. It's probably the best looking pass play the Raiders have had all game. It's third down. If not convert a third down. We saw third downs of 34 and 35 yards earlier on back-to-back possessions for the Raiders. This one just 3rd and 10.
A little more manageable, but
trying to avoid Cadigan coming out here for what would be the 5th time tonight on the punts. And in motion.
Raiders will empty out the backfield.
Dougald working from the empty side. Protection's there. Pass to the sideline is low and incomplete. He had Bacote open, but couldn't get to him on the near side, and it's going to be 4th down again. Thanks for everyone tuning in to this Week 2 ECFL matchup. So the New England poised to become 2-0, assert themselves as the best team in the league through the first 2 weeks. Looking like it tonight with the way they've been playing. With the ball back here, 2 men back deep. It's Bellin and it's Williams. Here's the punt. It's towards the sideline. Takes a Admiral bounce and will be downed at the 38. That's where Southern New England will begin with 4.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. You've just seen quick drives. I mean, they've only had one play this quarter. It was a touchdown on offense, Southern New England. And now they'll have one of their worst starting field positions today. If we're going to be honest, they've started across midfield seemingly on every single drive today. Well, at least close to it. Definitely not their worst, though, as they're at the 38. Costa throws the screen play. It is caught for the first down and a whole lot more. To the 24, spun down for even more yards to about the 22-yard line. That is a big setup and play for Corey Moore, who had 2 catches last week. Gets one there. Good for about 16.
Admirals like moving with the tempo here. They really like that short, quick screen. Get the receivers out in space.
Costa throws deep slant. It's caught inside the 5, walking in for the touchdown. Another one. And it's George Smith again with his second. Costa put it right on the money for his 4th touchdown.
Yeah, he's been putting up incredible numbers all day. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he has yet to throw an incomplete pass.
Still is not. You're right about that, Matt. 11 for 11, 4 touchdowns, and 230 yards. And it's 70 on the board for the Admirals. This is almost like Madden right now.
I think it's safe to say this is the highest scoring football game I've been to from one team. Just an absolutely dominating performance here from the Admirals. 70 points is, like you said, Tim, that's Madden numbers. I don't even think I've come close to that in Madden.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to even get that in Madden, but through less than 3/4 of a real football game. It's crazy. These are all grown men, too. And it's a 64-point game. So all it's taken in the quarter, 4 plays. The Admirals, the Admirals only about 20 offensive snaps today, not even. They only have 14 offensive snaps in this game.
What a great kick there. Pins the Raiders deep.
The 24-yard line.
He fielded that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, Lampros has been getting it deep on each and every one of these kickoffs today. Starting it with it at the 14-yard line. This is some tough starting field position for the Raiders. As they're 86 yards away from Pater. They have not scored on offense all game. Their one touchdown was a kick return touchdown from Joseph Colon. And it was already 42-0. I think it was 49-0 when that happened. McDougald working with 60 seconds to go in this third quarter. He's back. Just going to keep it himself right up the middle and gets spun down at about the line of scrimmage for no gain. Rushing offense continuing to struggle for the Raiders. So is everything for Western Mass, if we're being honest, as there's one play to go in the quarter, 30 seconds on the clock and counting down. Final 10 seconds. McDougald in the quarter as they lead it by 64 with 15 minutes to go here in this one.
Accidents happen, but they don't have to be the cause of financial hardship. Even with health insurance, an accident can result in major medical bills. Let's say you were playing football and an aggressive tackle broke your leg. An ambulance takes you to the emergency room where you are given care, but now you have 3 months of physical therapy before you are back on your feet. Your health insurance will cover a lot of your costs, but you will be required to pay your out-of-pocket maximum. The average out-of-pocket maximum in the US is around $4,000. But you had planned for the unexpected. You signed up for LifeRaft's Accident Supplement Insurance, which reimburses medical expenses related to an accident. Your costs were reimbursed up to $5,000, covering 100% of your out-of-pocket expenses. Now you can focus on your recovery without worrying about how to pay for it. LifeRaft's affordable, simple to use, and flexible products start at only $5 a month and ensure you and your family are protected when you need it most. Visit enroll-me.co/AFA to sign up.
All right, final quarter of action, 70-6 is the score. And it's a 3rd and 10 for Western Mass. As we flip sides, they're back at their own 13-yard line now.
Looks like we got an injury on the far side of this field.
An injury on the far side of the field, yeah, we do. Still a man down for the Raiders. Big number 75, John Cricket Wills. Slow to get up. Going to get him off the field, it looks like.
Injuries all sorted out.
Crick Wills getting off the field. All right, clock's going to run again to begin this 4th. And I'm sure these buses are just getting ready to go. Not bus, everyone just drives to these games. You know how these guys are. ECFL meeting up, getting on the field. Didn't expect this though. 70-6. Here's McDougald. Rush coming off the edge. He's going to fall down at the 6-yard line. Took the sack himself. Another sack. As Roland was coming off the edge untouched. Brings it back down to the 6. 4th down and 18. The 11th sack of the game.
Another punt situation here for the Raiders.
Should, bro. It'll be fun.
Tough punt from their own end zone here.
Here is Dre Williams on the return. Williams to the outside. Williams inside the 15-10. Williams to the end zone. Flag is down. Might be a legal block. It's a 45-yard punt return touchdown for the meantime. Probably going to come back. Great return regardless. Would have been his second of the game for 6. These Raiders just cannot tackle Trey Williams today. It will come back. Spotted at the 39-yard line. So that wipes off the touchdown. But still another drive starting in Raider territory for the home team Admirals. And Costa, number 5, looking for his 5th touchdown pass of the game. Let's see if they want to keep on throwing this thing. Smith in motion. Costa, low snap, hands it off up the middle. And gain of about 8 on the play for Corey Moore. Makes it second on the rare non-first down play.
Admirals still moving with tempo here. Quickly back to the line, another handoff.
2nd and 2, handed off right side. It's Moore inside the 20, cannot tackle. Moore inside the 10, Moore the end zone, touchdown. 31 yards. Another one for the Admirals. Three rushing touchdowns by 3 different players, both the Isms and now Moore. And it's a 70-point advantage for the Admirals. They just can't bring them down.
It's an insane score differential.
This is crazy, and the extra point, once again, is good. So extra point, good for the 11th time today, and this has been pretty crazy. Got some fans. So I got my boy Pasquale next to me from North Smithfield working this game. Matt doing the camera too. Got our man Matt Jolis in the booth doing this PA announcing that we can kind of hear a little bit. The mics were not that good in the newly freshened North Smithfield High School press box. I mean, some big renovations to this field. I mean, shout out to the town of North Smithfield and their taxpayers. Wink, wink.
Absolutely. Stadium looks gorgeous. My first time here.
I'm not sure if it was taxpayers, but
you got to assume at that point.
Kind of assume they may have played a lending hand a little bit.
Absolutely.
I live right down the street from here. And I was still a little bit late to this game, but it's okay. Lampros, little squib kick. Fielded from the 21-yard line. Cody's going to ladder up back to Cologne. Cologne moving in circles. Cologne breaks out of a couple tackles. Flag is down. He's going to redirect field and get wrestled at the 20 by a couple of defenders. Nutson Payne being one of them. Let's see what the flag is. It's going to be a block in the back. It's going to push them back even farther. Inside their own 15-yard line. Clock continues to wind down to 9 minutes. You know, I don't think we all knew the Admirals were good, but I don't think any of us expect to see a couple of 7s on the scoreboard. Absolutely next to their name today. Maybe 8. I've never seen 80 points in a football game at any level, I don't think. There's been some 70s in college, maybe some 80s that I'm familiar with, but ball's at their own 8. That is where they'll begin. McDougald in the shotgun again. I mean, both these Raiders quarterbacks combined 0 for 10, 2 interceptions. He's going to run. McDougald on first down gets about 2. Finally, a positive play for the Raiders. Seems like it's been a while since we had one of those. And McDougald able to make it 2nd and 8. $19 rushing yards for the Raiders. When you put on the sack yards, I mean, this is a team that's looking at about negative 60 yards of offense today. I mean, this has just been everything that they didn't want to happen today. Really, for any football team, this is one of the picture-perfect poor performances you might ever see out of any team. But still got 6.5 minutes on the clock and a little bit more than that. I'm going to try to stew up something good here. McDougald going to give it up the middle, and that's a good play and a first down carry for Obese. And it's his first carry of positive yardage today. And just the second first down on the ground for the Raiders. That one's good for 10. We haven't really seen a whole lot of holes open up against this Admiral defensive line today, but that one got it good right there. The Raiders, and they win the battle in the trenches on that play. From their own 20 now. I think a part of them, Matt, you think part of them maybe wants to just keep the ball out of the Admirals' hands?
Absolutely.
You don't want to see a team drop 80 on you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking the Raiders just want to get out of here unscathed without adding any more salt to their wounds.
And it's a pre-snap commotion. They're going to draw no flags in this play, and Jules will take advantage of it and pick up 12 in the first down. His number 12 scampers for a dozen and moves the chains once again. And definitely should have been a false start or something right there, but
not too sure how we didn't see any laundry on the field
I think
there, but
the rest have the same mindset. Let's just get out of here. Just the audacity of the Admirals with some cheerleaders still chanting up 71 points. This is a scene you might never see again, except if it's at an Admirals game later this season. We got 4 more games here at home for the Admirals on Fans Only Sports Network. Next one is July 15th. So I got the next 2 games on the road, then back home in 3 weeks. From the 32, McDougald fires low, incomplete. Another incompletion. 0 for 12 are these Raiders quarterbacks today. I mean, what a performance it's been by the defense of the Admirals. 11 sacks, a couple of interceptions, a pick 6, and a fumble return for a touchdown. As the Raiders still climbing out of that negative yards gained territory, and they've done a good job on this drive, picking up about 23 yards on the series, but it's been the most productive series they've had today. Handoff is Obese. Nice move to the right. Cuts back inside. Obese to the 36-yard line for about 5. He's had a couple of good runs on the series as we are under 4 minutes to go.
Looks like we have a Raider down.
And Raiders down. I was going to say, fortunate for the Raiders, they haven't had too many injuries today. We're getting blown out like this, but on the ground, it's the big fella, number 71, Adrian Owens, slow to get up. And the clock will stop with 3:19 to go. You hate to see that, especially you hate to see it in a not very close game, but for a 77-6 game with 3 minutes to go, you're just trying to run out the clock and get out of here. Like you said, Matt, unscathed. That's a big blow.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back for the final 3 and change here on Fans Only Sports Network. 77-6 the score. All right, we're back here. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the not Admirals, excuse me, the Raiders. The Admirals have not even faced a 3rd down today, but 3rd and 5 for the Raiders. Injury timeout over, and we have reached a peak in viewership today in this game right now. We have almost 70 viewers tuned into this 77-6 game. Still not as many viewers as points on the board for the Admirals, but 3 minutes to go on the clock. They're going to pick the clock back up and wind it down. Third and 5 for McDougald and company. Handoff, Obeezy up the gut, and he is going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Wrapped up first by Kevin Card. And they're going to say he got a yard on the play. Brings Obeezy's yards up to 11 on the night. It's going to be 4th down and 4.
You think we see a punt here, or they just go for it here on 4th down this late?
Cadigan, their punters, on the field. And he's just lining up at the end. The line, it'll be a 4th down attempt. It's the first time they've gone for it on 4th down, believe it or not, today. If they actually snap it, and they'll call a timeout first. Oh. There's an official timeout. No timeout. They just got the clock stopped. 1:58 to go, so that was the 2-minute warning, actually. Now they're going to move the clock again. 4th and 4. McDougald, here comes the rush. Rolls out to his left. Spinning in circles, back to the 20. He is going to be dropped at the 20-yard line. A loss of 14 on the play, and that just puts the exclamation point on this one. Brought down by Knight and Williams.
Probably expect the Admirals to just take a knee right here, but we'll see how it goes here from the 22-yard line. Just about a minute left in this game. Just a dominating performance from the Admirals in the first minute.
White and Williams becoming the 9th and 10th players 7th and 8th place for course. They're going to throw this. George Smith with some blockers. Smith inside the 10. Stayed in bounds, extends for the goal line, and George Smith thinks he has a touchdown.
See what the call is from the ref.
I think he might be down at the 1-yard line.
They are calling him just short.
Down at the 1, and I cannot believe they're throwing that ball.
Another one of those quick screens from the Admirals. They've been doing it all.
They want to drop 80 on these guys.
You know they're thinking about it here with less than 20 seconds left. See if they snap this.
They've even ran 20 plays today, the Admirals. Averaging 4 points a play. They're going to snap it and throw. Costa, the end zone, touchdown. In the back of the end zone for George Smith, his third. And it's an 80-burger for the Admirals. 83-6. Unbelievable. Smith gets his third touchdown. Costa throws his fifth at the buzzer. Did not throw a completion all night. And the Raiders did not throw a completion all night. What a lopsided event.
Yep.
Tale of two cities for sure tonight. And the Admirals are 2-0 on the season, winning this one by 77 points. So, from Tim Duffy and Matt Lombardi, we are going to leave this onslaught for someone else to clean on this North Smithfield High School turf. We'll see you guys next time here on Fans Only Sports Network for some more ECFL football action as the Admirals